Yo, 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 yo. Getting into it, women's basketball, dog. Women's basketball. So I got some of these, as y'all can see, I got some of the standings up. If you can see on YouTube, if you're following along with audio, about to talk about women's basketball, right? Um, Notre Dame and you got Notre Dame looking good this year. South Carolina, of course, as always. UConn, as always. SC, LSU. UCLA is number one right now in the country, being led by Lauren Betts. And on the women's side, I'm talking about the women's basketball, of course. And it's really looking like the tournament. When the tournament comes, I guess I'll have a better feel for who's going to make it. You almost can on the women's side. I guess you could say it's easy, but it's the same way, right? You get to send Cinderella story. Which one of these teams are going to come out? I think the to be honest, the Big 12 has kind of lost its luster when it comes to basketball. I mean they're still there. They're still respected as a basketball conference, and so is the ACC. The ACC is definitely going to be looked at as a basketball conference always. As long as you got teams like Notre Dame on the women's side, Duke and SC. I think who else? Duke, North Carolina State, teams like that representing. I think they're strong, but I would have to say the best are in the Big Ten and the SEC. Like, and that's what it's leaning towards, and it's crazy because that's where the best teams are in women's college basketball right now. Maybe even on the men's side. I would have to look and do my research with the men to know more about the teams and and how, and to be able to break it down more as I'm about to do the women. I'll talk about several different women's basketball teams. It's basketball nonetheless. It's a sport. It's for the women. I do talk about the WNBA. I will talk about men's basketball as well. I will do that, but I don't make enough women's hoops videos, but I have. But some of my strongest supporters are women, so this is for y'all. All right, know some. But look, I watched the North Carolina and I mean the South Carolina and LSU game yesterday. Well, I got a chance to look at it. I'm just wondering, why didn't Kim Mulkey play Miracle Shepherd more minutes? She's lengthy, fast, can defend, can get to the cup. I think would have caused some problems for some of the other bigs on some of the other rebounders, Chloe Kitts and so forth down low, because they don't have Ashton Watkins. Ashton Watkins is gone for the season for South Carolina, which is I think is going to hurt them come tournament play, depending on where they get in the bracket, depending on where they fall at in the bracket. Um, they can possibly run into some problems because Ashton Watkins, help with rebounding like crazy. Not that they can't rebound because they do have rebounders, but um, I think it can hurt them. You know what I'm saying? Ashton Walker's not being their main rebounder, but they still got, Pow Pow, um, Johnson, Tessa Johnson, Raven, Awasia Fulwiley. They still loaded. They're still loaded and ready to go. That they're just gonna have to outscore teams, get out on them early and close it out. The way that UCLA did them earlier this season, the way that UCLA beat South Carolina. South Carolina is now going to have to win that way. UCLA is like the opposite, right? They're largely led through Lauren Betts, right? Lauren Betts, the outside shooting, her being able to get the rebound so tall. Um, People normally get in foul trouble because they can't block her shots. They're normally slapping her all up on the arm, hands, so forth and so on, trying to get it. She gets to the foul line and pretty good free throw shooter to be a center, right? Um, but I think LSU women's basketball team is a heavy favorite, and I wouldn't be against that. You got Flau'jae Johnson is now upperclassman, a junior and a beast. Not only be getting with the rapping, but she's really like that on the court. Anisha Morrow came down from DePaul University and is now with the LSU Women's Tigers and is dominating the same way she did. She's back up there in Chicago at DePaul from the Chi. She's from Chi-Town, Chirac. She give it up. She play like that. She's really like that down there. And I just think that she needed a little bit more help down low. And I think that was Miracle Shepherd. I really like what Miracle Shepherd has been able to provide that freshman. She's lengthy. She plays bigger, quick. You need that speed when you're going up against some of these other teams. And I think that Kim Mulkey will recognize that and she'll probably give her some more minutes because Miracle Shepherd's really like that. I've seen a little bit of chemistry with her on that team. I think it was I think they may have went to like she had out there in subs Miracle Shepherd, Michaela Williams, I think Flau'jae Johnson, um, Wolfenbarger, and Anisha Morrow. And I think they had Michaela and Flau'jae at the guards, Miracle Shepherd playing the forward. Wolfenbarger was playing center or power or 4 to 5, and I can't remember. Anisha Morrow was out there. I think that was a very dangerous lineup for the LSU women's basketball team. And I was like, wow, that lineup right there would be crazy. Like I think it was dope. And I'm like, wow, that's gonna be that lineup right there is serious because she's lengthy. She could rebound, and I don't think you out rebounding either one of them. Like, think about that. I mean, let's not get it twisted. Like, Flau'jae's a hell of a rebounder. Michaela Williams is all rebounders, pretty quick. And they can like, you know what I mean? They can all move. Like, it's a dangerous lineup. And then you go and then you smack them in the head with Kaylin Gilbert. You know what I'm saying? Cheyenne Day Wilson. And then you switch it up like that, and then on them with some more speed, you tiring them out, beating them up down low. Like, that's how you win that. That's how you win that. But Jersey Wolfenbarger, Miracle Shepherd, they played a combined. Miracle Shepherd played like 1 minute. Jersey Wolfenbarger played 8. That can't happen when you play South Carolina. Or maybe she was just like, the big, like, sound like she had a plan. It sounded like Kim Mulkey had a plan at the podium. Like, the big picture is the tournament. I don't want to show my hand too early. Like, they showed me they can keep South Carolina under 70, play good defense with them. And this ain't verbatim. This is what I heard, right? This is not verbatim. This is what I heard. But they're going to play, and the big picture is to win the tournament. It's not these games like this. But I will say, I thought that they had a pretty cupcake schedule leading up to this point. I'm not gonna lie. I thought South Carolina was a little bit more battle tested in these type of games. I think they've faced, but then again, I think if I'm not mistaken, they've been in some dog fights. Like, let's not get it twisted. LSU's been in some dog fights. I think they played Colorado down to 1 minute. They've played Vanderbilt. They've played Tennessee. They've beat all those teams. So they have played some tough teams. So, but there for a stretch, there was a lot of cupcake teams. It was for a little stretch there. But however they had to do that and build their schedules is how they got to do it. But they took their first L I still think that that team is very strong and underrated. I think they got them at like number 5, but I think they should be, well, I guess not. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess not because when you look at it, I don't know, man. It just don't seem right to me. Maybe I might be tripping, but I don't think that they got the rankings right. Excuse me. I'm typing something. So I'm about to put in the women's top 25, right? Because I gotta see it. And I gotta see the college basketball rankings, bro. Like, and I'm gonna share the tab so we all looking at it. Like, so this is through week 12, right? And this the week we on now. So I think they got them ranked out where they at. Um, See, when you got the coaches poll, I think the coaches poll to me means more than the Associated Press, right? The Associated Press is kind of it's not far off, but I think they should respect the coaches poll because the coaches poll is like, all right, coaches is like, yo, LSU is the number 4 team in the country. You know what I'm saying? The AP might be like, well, they SC got Juju Watkins, but I don't even think to be honest, like SC and LSU would be a good game, but there's no way. Like it'd be a good game, but I don't think that they could be able to hang with LSU. I think SC is a good. They're a good team, but LSU's a better team. You know what I'm saying? A better team. UCLA is the prototype for teamwork. That is a true team. Being led by Lauren Betts, UCLA women's is the NCAA women's basketball. UCLA is the top. That is a true women's basketball team right there. That's the true teamwork. That's true teamwork. I'm not gonna lie. They're number 1 in the coaches poll and in the Associated Press. So number 2, South Carolina, both coaches and AP, and they lost to the number 1 team. So that's only fair, right? It's only fair. I mean, you got to be behind them. You lost to them. Notre Dame, number 3. I think Notre Dame can beat both UCLA and South Carolina. I do. I do. And the reason why I say this is because Hannah Hidalgo is just different. She's really different. Fast, twitchy. Then you got Olivia Miles. She's going to the WNBA without a doubt. The way that she moves, the no look passes, the knowing her awareness of the court, the game, and everything. You got to be careful with that against some of these better teams, but straight up beast. Sonia Centron can hit threes. Maddie Westbeld can hit threes. Latia King from Pittsburgh. They got her transferred over. Beast brought a whole nother presence down low down there. And their bench is okay. Their bench is okay. I didn't even, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even name everybody. I just named 5, gave y'all a quick 5 that I think that can possibly take down anybody in the country. That Notre Dame team is very dangerous. They can all shoot. They can all shoot, which is crazy. Like and I think that kind of was make UCLA and South Carolina were bad because you call they could all shoot. But Notre Dame, their defense has stepped up. They got a defensive presence this year. I think that's the past couple of years they were just scoring. King has brought a presence. I mean, you always had Maddie Westbeld was underrated, I think, with her defense as far as defense goes. But she does have defense. They all do. So Sonia Citron's been locking down. And yeah, but I think they'll be able to neutralize a lot of them teams. LSU being at, and see, you got SC at the Associated Press's top 25. Um, I don't know if I agree with that or not. I think LSU should be there, even with their 1L. And this is before they took the loss to South Carolina, obviously. Um, they lost by 10. Really should have been 8, but they lost by 10 to South Carolina. Um, Juju Watkins is a beast, but I mean, outside of Juju, that team is just not consistent. I think LSU has more consistent shooters on that team. Michaela Williams, Flau'jae, Kaylin Gilbert, Shannon Wilson, and Jersey Wolfenbarger and Anisha Morrow on the boards is just crazy. And I don't think that nobody from SC really, I think they'll give them a tough one. It's close. I think those are two very similar teams, to be honest. But I would have to put LSU at number 4 and SC right behind them. Close, though. Close. Because, you know what I mean? But they're right there, right? They're right there neck and neck with each other. I do get it. I do get it. UConn being number 6, I think that's a fair spot for them. I think they got it right with that on the Associated Presses and the coaches poll. Um, I think they got that one right. I think they got that one. I think that one they may have gotten right. I really like Paige Buckner. But that team is really, really good. They are the sneakiest number 6 seed ever. Um, the sneakiest, bro. Like they are the sneakiest number 6 seed ever. I think Texas is another one of those sneaky type of teams. You know, I don't really know too much about Texas. I gotta see what's going on with this Texas women's basketball team because you know, I've been hearing little rumblings about what they may have and the moves that they made, and they possibly wanting to be making a push to win this tournament. You know, Texas is no slouches. I'm hearing, man. I'm hearing that Texas is getting down with it, which is good. I mean, it's not crazy, but you know, I think it's a little switch because you're used to the I don't think a lot of us is used to seeing the Big Ten and the SEC being the best in basketball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're the best in basketball. Like, you know, you're used to the Big 12 ACC leading that, but they've been balling, man. They've been balling. Texas have been balling. Um, they only lost 2 games. They only lost 2 games. I think there are only 2 lost. Let me see. They beat Tennessee by 4. They just came off that win Thursday. That's a huge dub for Texas right there, to be honest. Um, and which made me look at them even more because you get to looking at Talisha Cooper that was only held to 7 points, but although that Ruby Whitehorn had 21 points in that game, um, they let Spearman come off the bench and get hers. But Madison Booker is Texas, that forward, period. Madison Booker, Aaliyah Moore, um, Taylor Jones, Roy Harmon. I think that and Jordan Lee coming on. Jordan Lee, and that's crazy because I don't even know if she's gonna be starting or not. But Texas has a bench now. They have a starting 4 and you know they got a starting 5, and then they got a bench now. So I think that may help them in the tournament coming up, man. We'll have to see what's going on with that, but we'll definitely have to see what that going on moving forward. With Texas, I think is I think Texas can beat UConn. I think Texas can beat UConn up and up. It's crazy because I really do, man. I really think Texas can beat UConn in the up and up, but we'll have to see what's up with that. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm tripping or whatever else. But Notre Dame did take out Texas, and I mean they beat them by 10. Right? But we'll see. We'll see what's up. We'll see what's going on. In the tournament coming up, because this tournament coming up and it's moving fast. March Madness, February is a short month. We already got the end of January right now, so that this tournament will be here in no time at all. Maryland being number 8, coming out of the nowhere, being Associated Press is number 8. Think I agree with that, but the coaches got them at number 10. They got them at 10 behind TCU. I think they could beat TCU, the coaches, but I respect the coaches and what they think. They knocked Maryland down to number 10, TCU up. TCU just lost a game that I don't think they should have lost. I don't think they should have lost that game at all. They folded. TCU straight up folded. I don't agree with that game. Them losing that game against Oklahoma State. Not to say that Oklahoma State's bad. I mean, they're the 5th best team in the Big 12 when it comes to women's basketball, but I just don't think that they should have lost that game. You can't lose that game. You know what I mean? You cannot lose that game if you're them. You shouldn't lose that one. Um Maryland. So I think I have to keep Maryland at number 8. The coaches, I think they dropped them. I don't know why the coaches dropped them, but because Kansas State, you know what? Maybe Kansas State should be 8 because they are the best in the Big 12, right? They're the best team in the Big 12. Now, look, granted, they're not flashy. They're not the flashiest team, but they just put, I think they won by like, what they beat? They beat the game they played with Arizona State. They played Arizona State down to, I think they beat them by like 11 or 12 or something. It wasn't that big of a win, but uh, Jaylen Brown for Arizona State is a beast, straight up beast. They need to get something around her. Um, but you got Tamara Poindexter for Kansas State. Akia Lee, their center, got to rebound better, and I think that's like why the Associated Press don't look at that as much, because in the big games, like, she got a rebound and she really not grabbing them. And kind of where's their bench at? They're not the sexiest team, but the team, they play like a team, right? Team points come from everywhere with Kansas State, right? They put in the points, and it's all about how that the coach substitutes that team, right? And you really, I mean, it happens a lot with basketball, right? You know what I mean? What do I mean by that? Let me explain that. Exactly what I said. Who's coming in, who's going out, how many minutes, who's playing what, you know what I mean? What team are they playing, right? Because obviously Tamara Poindexter is going to play the most minutes on that team. She's by far the star, and Sierra Sundell is going to play the most minutes on that team. Between those two, then who do you go to? Because you might go to Jalen Glenn. You might go to Jalen Glenn, but she may not be consistent enough. But you still, you know what I mean? But if you don't give her that 30 minutes, you might not get the points out of her. So I think that's where they kind of going with Kansas State a little bit, right? I think that's why they got Kansas State at where they at. Kentucky, I think, is good at where they at. Ohio State is actually balling. They actually balling, but damn, they dropping them down both. Like, man, I thought they was okay. Um, because they're starting to go into divisional play, and they're not looking that good. They're starting to look like they can be beat, right? You know what I mean? I think that's what's going on with Ohio State. TCU, Haley Van Leff, and they got a team around her. She got a good team. They got a good team there, but I don't know. I don't know. And North Carolina, number 13. Everything from there I agree on. And to be honest, I think that, and I'm going to say this, and this might sound crazy, but from, let me say, 12, shit, is it? Yeah, from 12 on down, I think, are like all similar teams. I must say, like, because I mean, and then you will look like at the others that's receiving votes, right? Got Nebraska, Creighton, Utah, Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, Oklahoma State, South Dakota State, Harvard, Mississippi State, South Dakota State, Creighton, Florida State, Utah, Michigan, Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, Louisville, Florida Gulf Coast, Richmond, and Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State just beat. They just now beat TCU. And not only did they beat TCU, but they exposed TCU, right? Um, And I say that because Haley Van Lith, like, yes, she balled for Louisville. Yes, but she kind of looked lost to be a veteran player. Turned the ball over to really lost again. Like, look, I'm a sports content creator. Like, they lost the game because of Haley Van Lith. 2 turnovers that she had, a foul, and then she lost the ball. They lost the game because of that mistake. Probably pretty sure she owned up to it. Doesn't take away from TCU being a good team, but I think that Georgia Tech could beat TCU on a good day. I think that, you know what I mean? I think that Nebraska could beat NC State. You know what I'm saying? Like, all looks the same to me. Like, from that point on, the way that they mix and match these teams up, the way that they put these teams, like, if you want to be honest, like South Dakota State going into the tournament, I think is going to be a problem. Can they be ranked nationally? Yeah, they can, but I think them going into the tournament is going to be a problem. I think Creighton going into the tournament is going to be a problem. Ole Miss, I think, should make the Sweet 16. Vanderbilt looks really good. Vanderbilt's women's basketball team looks really, really good. And then for them not to be ranked is scary, because I think they can beat. I think Vanderbilt can beat shit. I think they can play. Vanderbilt women's basketball team can play. And I think they can beat anybody from 11 on down to 25. Without a doubt. If they have the chance, I think they'll be able to take them out, but we'll see. Because you got your top 25, and then it's a lot of these other teams probably will be in the tournament. You got 64 teams or something like that. They'll be in the tournament. So we'll be able to see, with a lot of these games and these young women and what they're able to do. But as far as that goes, you know what I mean? I agree. I guess I agree with the top 10, 11, maybe some swaps that out. Like I said, I some swaps that out pushing it out. I guess LSU, I guess I put them a little bit before SC. UConn balls out, but if you take out Paige Buckner and you have to make them rely on their inside scoring, I guess it's crazy because, like I said, I think I seen UConn and SC played each other, right? And in that game, like, they're a very similar team, so they're right behind each other. I think the coaches got it right. I think I have to agree with the coaches side. I think the coaches poll got it right. Yeah, I have no quarrel with what the coaches got going on. Besides maybe TCU being moved up 2 spots. You know what I mean? I don't know if TCU is better than Maryland. I don't know. We don't know. But they have a better record than Maryland doesn't mean they're a better team, right? All right. Let me make that clear. But I agree with most of that though, man. But I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? I'll try to get in a women's college hoop video for my women supporters. Salute, Katie, salute, Jan J, Ella V. So for what I mean, trying to, get y'all something to, talk about and look at and disagree with me on and light me up in the comments. But that's exactly what y'all do. Light me up in the comments and tell me what y'all think about the top 25 in the women's right now. And some teams that may get hot in the tournament. Y'all let me know. This is the women's college basketball with Trek and Chubby Sports. Up out of here. To the next one, y'all. Peace.